Hello everyone, welcome to another day in Shroud of the Avatar. Now today we're in game with Scarface, and I'm inside Kiln, and there's a quest in the sewer systems. And if you have a word with Ivor, I've already done the quest, so he's going to talk to me slightly differently. All you need to do is just talk to him and ask him about if he needs any help. See if I can get him to click on help. He'll talk about an alchemist. I haven't seen him for a while, and there's a problem with the sewer system. Because I've done the quest, he's talking to me differently. But once you've picked up the quest, and all we have to do is head on in and have a look at the sewer system. Here we are in the sewer. Now, the object of the quest is we've got to get to this body down here, and we can't get through here because it states the switch is required. So what we've actually got to do is find our way round. The switch, this is actually an exit gate, not an entrance gate, so we've got to get into this room via a different group of tunnels. And basically, if you'd like to have a hint on how to do this, if you're having trouble getting through, basically what you've got to do is raise and lower the water level and use switches to open certain gates in certain fashions. So if there's anybody who wants to take the hint, just pause for a second, let the balls out. Right, if you're here, you either want help or you want to watch me. So, as we were saying before, the actual kiln system is a pass-through point of some passages in the game. So if we bring up the map, you can see that it's a transit hut in between Midmere Passage, Blackblade Pass and Quell Passage. Now to get to those, if you want to use it as an underground system, or entrance into the underground system, you'll need to get the keys to access this one for Midmere Passage. Get the light on. And just up in this tunnel we have the other two passages, which I'll quickly show you. So we've got this one here. We need a key for the Quell Passage. And then down the end down here, right here is a hidden door. If you look very closely at this point, you can actually see some lines, nice oblong shape, and the switch for it is actually here. If you go through there's actually a high level water elemental, and also the entrance to Blackblade Pass. Now, we don't want to do that today because we're doing the sewer system. So our first problem we've got to solve is that we can't get anywhere, as we've just seen, other than the other passes, but we need to get across that divide, and we can't go this way because again you switch to open those gates, so we need to get across this area here. Now there's a ladder over here, but there's a step up here which we can't jump up, so we've got to find another way to actually do that. And the answer to that is just round the corner. Down here we see a note on the floor. Tells us It says if you did not break this notice, you do not belong here. Leave the water processing equipment alone. Exit premises immediately. Then talks about the water depth, and basically this little lever here will turn the water lever. Now that's raised the water level throughout the whole sewer system. And now if we have a look, we can see that we can now swim across. Now, because we're going to need to raise and lower the water level, we need to be able to get back across here when the water's been drained out. So the way we do that is by coming this way. And just here is a switch which actually opens up two gates we couldn't pass through before. And we can pass through here instead of swimming across that little lake which we created. Now we'll just show you up here. You don't need to go up here for the quests, but you do if you want to get the keys, or one of the keys. So you'll find some water elementals in here. And there's two types of water elemental. I'll just get myself buffed up so we can easily combat these. We've got a raging water elemental and a normal water elemental. Water elementals, all you have to do is just keep on hitting them with damage. And do heal over time. And then we have what's called a raging water elemental, which has a little bit more health on it, so just got to keep on hitting it with damage. Once you're hitting it with more damage than it has a chance to heal, you will take it down. So not too hard, let's just take a bit of time. And there we go. Now of course out of the normal water elemental, we'll just get some gold. Out of these raging water elementals, you will actually get a key. Now it can be a key to any of the three systems. So if you need to use the underground passage, you'll need to kill these water elementals throughout the sewer to actually get the keys. And of course, our last thing we need to do is kill a particular water elemental, so we need to know how to do that. Right, now, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, no. Now, I'm actually going to go and lower the water level, because we'll need it lowered for the next part of the puzzle. And we'll be constantly walking backwards and forwards to this tap. So just turn it. That's now lowered the water throughout the whole sewer system. And of course we can't swim across, because we can't get across, because we can't jump up that, but we've now opened these gates, so we don't need to worry about that. So get across, go down the other exit that was in here, which again normally has some water elementals, so we'll just prepare. Set my buffs on me. Here. Sometimes you might find one of your raging water elementals in here. So you just healed there. Wrong key. Loot him. We want to go round and quickly see if we can loot anything else. Always recommended to mine resources even if you don't need them, because you'll need them later in the game. Oh, we failed on that. 100% chance you fail. Should say 99.9% really. Oh, then we get some lovely meticulous on it this time. Which of course they give out clay, and then you also get worms from them. Let's go through to the next area. Now this is where we needed to lower the waterfall. We need to go through this entrance here, which seems we can only swim on the surface. If you had the water up, you won't be able to go underneath the grate here. So that's why we lowered it. So now we can go through here. And so it's just loads of chambers. We come into a chamber here with 3 areas. We have one area over here which we can't jump up, so we'll need to raise the water for that. Same on this side. So what we need to do is need to just go up here and see a note ahead of us, and if we have a look here, it tells us that this particular switch will only operate 2 of the doors. So 2 are going to open and 2 are going to close, and it's talking about these 4 doors here, which we need to traverse through. Now what we need to do is we'll need to come through this door to get back in, because when we raise the water we won't be able to come back the way we're going to go out. So we need to close that one, and as you can see that gate is now open, this one's closed, this one's open, and that one's closed. So this central ladder goes all the way down, so it will always go down it. The other way out, which we won't be able to come back in because we're going to raise the water level, is this way, and this is a new way we're going to use to get to the tap. And just open up this gate, it's not locked. Now there's a ladder here, which this is the beginning zone we started in. So we just need to lower the ladder by pulling on the chain. That will now be our new way backwards and forwards through the sewer. So go and raise the water lever again. And head back. So it's a lot of lowering and raising of the water levels. And go down again. Now we can swim this bit. There's just enough room to swim through here. Now we came in down here, but we can't go out there, that's why we opened this particular door. So now we can go down here. Where we need to go is we need to go through this door here, which of course is closed. So if we go back to our switch in the centre again, we can flip the switch. Now that's closed that door, but we don't have to worry about that because we can go back into the water, because that's the reason why we raised it. So we can now use this ladder. And then we go through here. Also, you can't traverse this area here without having the water raised. Again, there's a ledge, and you're standing on a ledge which you couldn't jump up. And there's another water elemental up ahead. Let's get the cuffs on me. Get the light. Let's put the Celestial Blessing. Or I've decided to call it the Skill Against the Dark Arts, because it basically cuts down the amount of magical damage you can take. I decided to call it the Skill Against the Dark Arts. It's actually cutting down the amount of water damage that we're getting to normal water elementals. we didn't have the water, the shield on, I'd be taking a lot more water damage. So, new ability I worked out when I was reading the tree, because I was having a problem in Boris Colossus. And there's a death mage in there which kills me in 3 shots when I'm trying to solo it. So I'm hoping to level up that skill a bit, and hopefully I'll be able to complete it. Right, now I see another switch here, and when we turn this switch, that now opens up this door here, which is the way we had to go round there to get to here, but now we won't need to go round there, so it means we can change the level of the water. Also, if you do see any chests, if you open them up, they've got a reasonable amount of loot in them. So let's just have a look at the next area. So swim underneath the tunnel here, and we need to go through over here, and again, because the water is raised, we can't go through there, so we've got to go back to our lovely tap again. And go into the water. And come up here. Then we can't because the gate's closed, so we need to change the switch on the gate. So we can get back in that way. No, we can get out that way, sorry. Close to it. And we'll be able to get out. And back to the tap. So lots of running in this quest. Ladder. It'd be handy if they can make it a switch somewhere a bit further round. And you turn the valve, and you lower in the water. And let's head on back. And this time we need to go this way, because if we go through the gate we've got to come down to change the switch round, I think. Because we need to go, no we don't, because we need to go through there, and we need to go through here. That's good. And come down here. And now we can get through this chamber with the lower water level. And yes, this is the final room, which you really want to be prepared for before you go in. Because there is the final water elemental in there, or maybe 2, and the contaminated one is the one, it's the quest goal. So I've got myself all buffed up. Let's head on in. There's only 1 this time, last time I came in there were 2. I don't know if I've got that on me. I have now, I just have to keep on hitting this. The reason why I use the bow is because if you keep on running around you can chase them around with the swords. So it's good to use a ranged spell, and if you are going to use magic, don't use, of course, water magic or ice magic against water elementals, because it will do the negative effect. Good old damage is the best way of dealing with them. The more powerful ability, the better. There we go. loot the contaminated water elemental, you also get kiln system Alchemist key, which we'll need to go through this door here. If we have a look on here, he's got a note on him which tells him about his fate. He died when trying to kill the contaminated elemental to clean the sewer system, which of course we've just done, so effectively we've completed his quest. Now we know his fate, we can notify the quest giver upstairs. Now we still can't get through there because the switch is required. That switch is found in the room up here. Put the key in the keyhole and open the door. And here's the switch for the door. That is actually an exit door. So not an entrance door as we would all thought when we first came in. Always go round and of course check chests, because again they have reasonable loot in them. And around here some deco and some books, and a whole load of books on here, so if you want to take them for your library, and all you have to do is head on out and hand in our quest, and that'll be us finished. Now if you do get this, it's a partial bug in the game. It's putting you into a siege when in theory you're not supposed to go into a siege, so I will just show you what to do, but hopefully you won't have this happen to you. But you just of course say yes, because you need to exit the sewer. And that puts us into the forest siege. If you just turn around, you're actually on the town side, so you just have to enter kiln. And here we are in kiln, and we just need to head back to the quest giver. As I say, hopefully in the next release or shortly they will fix that. They are fixing a lot of them, where you should, when you exit or an underground scene, you should go to its actual exit even if there's a siege going on. But if we had come up out of the exit and was in a siege, we would have found ourselves up here. And of course we just need to hand in the quest to Ivor, who will actually thank you, give you some gold and some experience points for doing your quest. So I hope you found this video helpful and informative. And if you are new to my channel, if you click on the subscribe button, you'll get to know when more of my content comes out. Also feel free to leave any questions in the area below. I will get back to you, and thank you for watching.